Okay, so we're on the second part of probability. We just learned about the fundamental counting principle, which was this. So if you have 2 ways to do one thing and 3 ways to do the next, and then 3 more ways to do the next, you're going to have a total of 18 ways. So the fundamental counting principle is a way to find how many ways the event can occur. So if there's m ways to do one thing and n ways to do another, then there are m times n ways. So let's try another one. So Ryan's getting ready in the morning. He wants to look super fly for math class. He has 3 pairs of sneakers, and then 4 types of pants, and 8 shirts and 3 chains. How many different ways could Ryan, or different outfits could he have for class? So you just multiply those together. So I know that 4 times 3 is 12, times 24, 288 ways. And it says, how many possible combinations are there for a 3-combination lock? So when you go to your lockers, you have a first number, a second number, and a third number. Well, on the lock itself are numbers from 0 to 39. So that's 40 possibilities for that first number. Now you're allowed to repeat numbers. So you have 40 possibilities for the next number. We could do like 26 and 1. Or 39 and 0, it doesn't matter. And then you have 40 for the last. So if I have 40 ways to pick the first number and 40 ways to pick the second number and 40 ways to pick the third, then I have 40 times 40 times 40 ways, which is 64,000 ways. Okay, those are possible combinations that we have. And then it says how many ways versus the probability. So if they're asking for probability, that's going to be a fraction. If they're asking how many ways, that's just going to be a number. So probability involves fractions. So there are digits 0 to 9 randomly selected. So that's 10 possibilities. It says find the probability that the first number is a 5 or 7. So that's 2 possibilities out of 10. And then it says the second number is a 2, so that's 1 possibility out of 10. And the third number is a 3 or a 9, and that's 2 possibilities out of 10. So if it's 2/10 chance and then a 1/10 chance and then a 2/10 chance, you multiply the numerators and denominators. Well, I'm going to reduce this. So 2/10 is a 5th. So it's going to end up being 1 over 250. Okay. So fundamental counting principle and basic probability is what we learned. And on the back page is checking for understanding and homework. So you're either going to take a picture of this and send it to me, or you're just going to put the answers in an email, whatever you need to do. First one, it says, so what I still recommend doing is just pausing the video for right now, trying the best you can on your own, and come back to the video and check your answer, then do the next one and so forth, okay? So what's the probability the spinner lands on an odd number? Well, there are 1, 2, 3, 4 odd numbers out of 8 numbers. So there's a half chance, or 0.5. Then it says, what is the probability that the sum of the numbers on 2 cubes is 6? Well, I could roll a 1 and a 5. I could roll a 2 and a 4. I could roll a 3 and a 3. I could roll a 4 and a 2. I could roll a 5 and a 1. And I could roll, well, I can't roll a 6 because 6 won't be anything. So that's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 possibilities out of 36. So we did an example like that. Always go back to your notes and look to see if you can get the answer just by looking at your notes. Okay, there are 9 green marbles, 5 red, so that's 14, 3 blue, so then that total is 17, and a yellow, so it's 18. So there are 18 marbles in a bag. Abby pulls one out of the bag. Devin bets she will get a green marble, and Allie bets she will not get a green marble. Who would you go with, Allie's or Devin's guess? Well, Devin, so what's the probability we get a green? And what's the probability we don't get a green? That's called its complement, that little c. So the probability we get a green is 9 green marbles out of 18. And the probability we don't get a green marble or its complement would be 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. And of course you'd reduce these. And whose bet would you go with? Either. Okay. Because they're the same probabilities. All right, Josh is having a contest. He puts the first floor, the first floor 3 gift certificates to Best Buy. And on the second floor, there are 5 rooms with a gift certificate to Best Buy. You are only allowed to pick one room. There are 30 rooms on the first floor and 35 on the second. So what's the probability it's on the first floor? Well, there's 3 gift certificates in 30 rooms. And then the second floor, there are 5 rooms. There's 5 gift cards out of 35. So if I were to reduce this, which one is going to be a better bet? Well, if you still didn't know what you're doing, it's obvious which one it is. But if you're like, I wouldn't know with fractions, go ahead and say, okay, well, what's 1 divided by 10? That's a 10% chance. And 1 divided by 7, that's a 14% chance. So you would go with the second floor. And then it says, what is the likelihood that you pull 2 quarters out of your pocket and they're both Florida quarters? Florida. One is an Ohio quarter and one's a Kentucky quarter. So there's 50 nifty United States. Florida is 1. Then Florida is also 1 out of 50. So the chance that you get Florida is 1 out of 2,500, which is so small. They don't even have it, so you can just leave it like that. And then Oklahoma is 1 option out of 50 states, and 1 option out of 50 states is Kentucky. So it's actually the same thing as getting the same state twice. Okay? Then it says, use the fundamental counting principle to determine how many possible codes there could be for the door below. Okay, so I wonder what the code is. Well, it's obvious that 1, 9, 7, and 0, okay, those are 4 buttons to choose from. I don't know if it's 1907, 1709, 1970. We don't know, but I know I have 4 options to choose from. So what's the first number? I don't know, but I have 4 to choose from. Once you pick one, then you have 3 numbers to choose from. Then you'd have 2 and then 1. So there is 24 possibilities to figure out that code. Okay, so fill out the sheet, second floor, and scan or send it to me so I know that you did your lesson today. And if you have any questions, please let me know. And we're just going to work on probability tomorrow.